I'm Alex, going to be talking about the Lakers. This video is going to be about Lonzo Ball's second game, and also the other part I'm actually going to be talking about if we should go for Caldwell-Pope. I'm glad Lonzo Ball did really well in his actually second game against the Boston Celtics. He actually got a triple-double. And also Kyle Kuzma did really well. And Lonzo Ball, most of the assists went to Kyle Kuzma, where he actually had 31 points and 9 rebounds. So that's a really good game to see from actually Kyle Kuzma as well, because he didn't really play as much in the he actually did play a decent amount in the other game. He didn't score as much, but in this game he got the ball a lot and he actually did score a majority of them. I know he kind of missed some open shots as well, so hopefully he can knock those down as well. But he did made 5 3-pointers, so that's pretty good. Josh Hart actually did play a lot more in this game. He actually did well until he got injured, so that kind of sucks. He won't be playing into today's game against the Sacramento Kings, so that game is going to be really exciting to actually watch too. Lonzo Ball versus Fox as well. That's going to be like a rematch from their tournament from NCAA. Some of the bench didn't do well in this Boston Celtics because some of these players didn't even get to play that much. I think Bryant was the one who played the most with 15 minutes, even though he didn't do as much as his first game. But I would love to see him in the starting lineup with Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and even Kyle Kuzma, even though Josh Hart is injured now. But I would like to see all 4 of the picks play together. I would like to see how they do. I think they'll do pretty well. I would love to see Bryant in the starting lineup pretty soon. Maybe he'll start in one of these games, because I kind of want to see how their chemistry with all 4 of those picks. I know the other guys I'm not going to be too much worrying about. I kind of do want to see Dozier a little bit as well. I think he's going to have a little bit more minutes because of Josh Hart, that he's actually injured now. So he might be playing a little bit in this Sacramento Kings game. I like Kyle Kuzma defense. He did really well against Jayson Tatum for the Boston Celtics. If he does that, I think he could probably be in the starting rotation pretty soon if Randall doesn't do well. But I think Randall, this is going to be his year. Hopefully he's going to get the ball a little bit more. He's going to have a post-up game because he's going to have a lot of room now, especially because we have Lopez, who is a stretch 5. So he's going to be operating a little bit more down low. So hopefully Randall has a breakout year. If he doesn't, I don't think we're going to be signing him to a contract extension, but who knows. I would love to see Randall get at least 20 and 10 rebounds. That's my stats. Hopefully that's what he gets, but who knows. If he doesn't do well, we're still going to have Kyle Kuzma to back that up, or even Larry Nance Jr. as well. I would love to see how all 3 of them actually play, but one of them is not going to get as much minutes for sure. Maybe they'll go with a small lineup, so you might see all 3 of them in there. Maybe one of them is going to be the small forward, power forward, and center, but I'm not sure about the center's part because they need to get better on defense, and they're not as tall, kind of undersized to be actually a center, but who knows, we might have that kind of lineup with those 3. Only thing I'm disappointed about actually this Boston Celtics game is that we actually lost. I'm hoping we actually win this game because also I hate the Boston Celtics. And the other disappointing thing is actually Zubac, him having another horrible game as well. Another player is actually destroying him. I'm not sure what's up with Zubac right now. I guess he's still rusty because he hasn't played for a pretty long time, but you know, I just hope Zubac actually start to do well, because right now if he doesn't, there's going to be a guy named Thomas Bryant who's going to take over his minutes, and he's also going to be playing because Thomas Bryant, he also stretched the floor as well. He also have a mid-range. That's the thing I don't think Zubac actually has right now. He does have a post-game, but that's about it for Zubac, but I really want him to do well. And now this is going to be part of actually, should we go after Caldwell-Pope? For me, I would go after Caldwell-Pope if we could get him from the 1-year deal. If he does take the 1-year deal, I believe we were giving him like 17 million, like how we did with actually Dion Waiters. If we could get him for that, that would be awesome. I think he will fit in really well with actually this team, especially he'll be getting the ball a little bit more, especially with the Lonzo Ball. We'll try to get him open, and he'll probably knock down his percentage a little bit better with the Lonzo Ball, and he'll shoot a lot better. I know he didn't shoot the 3 ball really well last year, or the field goal last year. He shot over 40% from the field and also 35% from the 3-point line. I think that will increase because Lonzo Ball will be looking to give him the ball, and it'll be a lot better for him. I think it'll be a lot more open this year as well for the Lakers. I actually like Caldwell's Pope's actually defense. I think he'll actually a pretty solid defender, and that's the thing, we actually need a guy who could shoot and also could defend. I think that's what Caldwell-Pope could actually do. I would have loved actually Lakers to actually trade it for Avery Bradley, but I know Boston Celtics is not going to help the Lakers because they also have Lakers pick as well. They trade him to Detroit Pistons, so they renounce actually Caldwell-Pope. That's why I'm happy. Caldwell-Pope is now unrestricted free agent. It's a little bit easier for the Lakers because whatever Lakers were going to offer him if he was a restricted free agent, Detroit Pistons would have matched whatever Lakers would have gave him or offered him. So I'm happy that he's now unrestricted free agent. It's a lot easier to get him now. That's only if he takes a 1-year deal. And also there's other teams I'm worried about that might actually try to get him is the Atlanta Hawks and also Brooklyn Nets, because they both have cap space and they have a lot of cap space. I think Brooklyn Nets have like 20 million. I'm not sure about Atlanta Hawks because they also lost a couple of their free agents like Paul Millsap and also Tim Hart Jr. as well, but I'm not sure if they want to give up another kind of big huge contract because they also gave that like to Kent Bazemore last year. Who knows, but they could because they have not that much players. They lost a couple of their free agents, so they could be the one going over Caldwell-Pope. Same thing with Brooklyn Nets. I'm not sure if they really need a shooting guard because they have a bunch of shooting guards actually in the roster. So if they do get Caldwell-Pope, so some of them probably can get traded if they do get another shooting guard with Caldwell-Pope. I know they just made a trade with the Toronto Raptors. Even with the trade with the Toronto Raptors, Brooklyn Nets, they still have a decent amount of cap space and they still could give them a long-term deal, unlike the Lakers. Lakers are just trying to give out 1-year deals, so some players are not going to look for that. I think Caldwell-Pope might be looking for long-term. I think Atlanta Hawks could do that as well because they lost actually a couple of their key players, kind of the guys like Tim Hart Jr. and also Paul Millsap. And I'm not sure where they're going right now. It seems like they're in a rebuilding stage at this point because they also traded Dwight Howard during the draft day as well. So they're getting a lot younger, so I'm not sure, but they could give them a long-term deal unlike the Lakers will. Not end of the world if we actually don't get Caldwell-Pope. I know Lakers are focusing on actually the Summer League team right now and their younger players, so maybe they're not really focusing on actually free agent right now. But if they do, I think Caldwell-Pope be a solid player to actually pick up, and he's one of the better free agents right now, actually on the list right now, because a lot of the other players are actually signed with another team. So Caldwell-Pope is actually the best player, I believe, as a free agent right now, but who knows if Lakers could get the deal done or not. This is going to be it for me. Hopefully guys you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see some more Lakers talk. And I'm actually going to be doing underrated trade instead of best trades for the Lakers because that's so obvious. You could go with Kobe Bryant, Wilt, Magic, James Worthy, all that stuff. So I'm going to actually do underrated trades instead. And I'll see you guys next time.